Trick or Treat is a 2007 horror film that was written and directed by Michael Dougherty. And this movie, I don't know how many people have seen this film or even aware of this film, but I feel like it's an underrated horror film. The movie centers around 4 stories. First story is called The Principal, and that's where we see Dylan Baker, who I'm sure most of us know as Dr. Connors from the original Spider-Man films. He lives in the town and he's giving kids candy in the neighborhood, but the candy is poisoned, and he's a sick guy. He's just a sick fuck, and what he does to one of the kids, and then later on when he's trying to bury the kid but his son keeps interrupting him, that whole story, I'm like, wow, this is how you start this film?
This is the one night that all sorts of things roam free. Sorry.
The next story is The School Bus Massacre Revisited. That's where we see these kids in the town and they're collecting pumpkins.
Why are we here? To pay our respects to the dead? The Halloween School Bus Massacre.
Supposedly 30 years ago, the school bus driver was paid by these parents. All of these parents who had mentally challenged children, and they paid him to basically take care of their problem, to run the school bus off the road and kill these kids, but shit went wrong. Rumor is that these kids, that the bus is still down there at the bottom of the lake. So they go down there to, quote, pay their respects, but what happens there is so fucked up, and especially the fact that these are kids.
It's them. Oh my god.
Then we have Surprise Party, and that's where we see Anna Paquin as a 22-year-old virgin. Her older sister and her friends are trying to get her to loosen up, to find a guy, go out in the middle of the woods with them and party, have fun. And Anna Paquin's a little iffy about it. That story, well, first of all, I like Anna Paquin. Very cool to see her in a horror film like this. But second of all, the end to that story, not only did I never ever see that coming, but it's so creepy, but yet so, like, satisfying at the same time. And the last story is simply called Sam. And that's where we find out a little bit more about this little kid, or whatever he is in this costume. You see him throughout the film in the background of all these stories, and you don't really know who he is or what he is. But here you see one of the neighbors is played by Brian Cox, great actor.
What in God's name are you doing down there? Hiding buddies?
He's the old man who doesn't like Halloween. He has no interest in it. He doesn't give out candy. In fact, any kids that comes to his house to trick-or-treat, he purposely scares the shit out of them. So Sam pays him a visit. And seeing Sam, not only what he looks like behind this mask, but try to figure out just what the fuck he is.
It's not a trick, it's real.
So Trick or Treat, as you can tell, it's just a collection of 4 different stories that do somehow come together. It's a great cast, it's greatly written, it's an awesome horror film. Again, I loved holiday-themed horror films. And when it comes to Halloween, yeah, we do have the Michael Myers Halloween films, and I do love watching those movies on Halloween. But if I just want to watch a horror film that's more about Halloween and the traditions of Halloween and the tropes that come with that special night, I think this movie is a perfect choice to watch on Halloween. I really enjoy this film. Again, I think it's an underrated film. If you haven't checked out Trick or Treat, definitely do so. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you have seen this and what you think of it. As always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Later!